What's up, party people? Jude's snowboarder here from Facebook. Facebook page Jude's Junk. Trying to put all my sales on there. I haven't really got into Instagram yet, and I do have something over at Slab Hub that I share with people when they ask for them, or myslab.com. But the video that struck me today that I wanted to put together is people always ask me, are you a professional grader? Why the hell are you assigning a grade to a comic? They get mad that I'll put on there, 8.5 or 9.2 or something. People get mad at that. And at first I didn't quite understand what was going on. I've been collecting since 1980. I'm 52 years old. So I was about 10 years old when I started. And very quickly, ever since the day one, it was all about investment, making money, increasing the value of the book. So I learned about grades very early on. I was 12 years old, 13 years old, trying to figure out how to grade. And by the way, before CGC, every collector had to grade. And if you didn't, you got taken advantage of, or you had to trust the local comic book store, and he took advantage of you. So you had to learn how to grade. There was plenty of books out. You can go to CBCS. They have a great web page on there, exactly how to grade. It gives you the breakdown. Steve Borok is the godfather of grading, and he was over at CGC building their grading department before he created CBCS. So I trust their page on how to grade, and you can get Overstreet Price Guide and lots of other resources on how to grade. And sure, there might be some variations, but for the most part, they're all identical. So people ask me, are you a professional grader? Well, for one, I have a comic book business. Sold about $30,000 worth of comics this last year. So the government says, yes, you're a professional business. I can't insure my collection as a collector. I have to insure it as a business. So as a business, I am a professional comic book seller, buyer, and I have to provide a grade. I mean, who wants to go buy a comic and have a shot in the dark where the seller doesn't even tell you what the grade is? I'm not a professional grader. I'm just going to put up 15 pictures. You look through all the pictures and you determine the grade. That's a great way to hide errors that you know that you have. I'm not a professional grader. So anybody who says I'm not a professional grader and they won't give a grade, I'm probably not buying from them unless I think I'm getting a steal. So a seller has to give some kind of grade, and he can give a range. A lot of people use near mint to very fine. The problem is, what does very fine to near mint mean? Is the very fine 7.0 or is it a very fine 9.0? So very fine goes from 7.0 to 9.0. And when you say very fine near mint, do you mean 7.0 to 9.6 near mint? Or do you mean very fine / near mint, which is a 9.0? Or do you mean very fine to near mint 9.2? It's very confusing for me using the fines, very fines, because I can't tell the range. So I usually give a grade 8.5, 9.2. I have about 300 books getting graded. I've gotten back about 100 already. Between me and my presser, we have a pretty good idea of what each book is going to grade at. And with that being said, every book that I send to get graded, I slab. I press and clean. Every book. It's $10 to $15 each book. It's a sunk cost, so it doesn't matter that it costs extra because I do that with every book I grade. So I put the grade as if it's going to be graded, knowing which defects can press out and which ones can't. So that is what I do. And then if I put 9.6 plus, that means I'm going to submit it and hope for a 9.8 grade. Honestly, if it's a 9.6, 9.4, 9.6, I'll put that's a 9.6. But if I put 9.6 plus, I'm going to submit it for a 9.8. And there's going to be a premium on a 9.8 raw book. People want to pay the same for a 9.2 as a 9.8, and it's just not going to happen, not with me at least. But you can find those deals online with other sellers that can't tell the difference. And so they sell a 9.8 for a 9.4 price, which there's a big difference. Go look at GPA, go look at 9.8 to 9.4 is a world of difference, maybe more than double. So I put a grade on there. It could be, if I say 9.4, it could be a 9.2, it could be a 9.6. I usually will try to make the window a little smaller, 9.4 to 9.6, 9.0 to 9.2. I struggle when it gets down into the 4s, 5s, and 6s because there's a lot of variety with how they grade. A spine split, is it a manufacturing error or not? And some people say they grade easier on older books. So, the fade comes into play, the blunt corners comes into play. So I would encourage you to learn how to grade. It's not very difficult, to tell you the truth, and it's going to save you a lot of money. And that's why I put a grade on there is to help the buyer have an idea of what I think it is. I could be totally off. So people ask if I guarantee it. Sure, I guarantee it. Whatever that means. So anyways, good luck shopping.